Safaree Samuels, Minaj's ex-boyfriend, stepped into the fray to defend Gucci Mane and Keysia Ka'ior against Nicki. This, according to Hollywood Unlocked. This video is for entertainment and informational purposes only, and therefore, everything is allegedly. Everything is alleged. On October 25th, he shared content from Ka'ior's social media account, adding his own commentary. This is what he had to say. Hating on Gucci and Keyshia is crazy F, but when people toxic and reckless on the net, they get praised. I don't get this generation. Really, Safaree? And you say this with a straight face? Says the man that goes from city to city to be on the toxic show called Love and Hip Hop, where all things toxic can be seen. This makes me think of the time years ago, back in 2015, when Safaree said he used to help write all Nicki's raps. He has since backtracked. Once again, he comes out against Nicki Minaj. Nicki said he does not have the intellect to write her raps. Crazy as it is, he was doing an interview with Keysia Ka'ior on her show where he admitted he did not write Nicki's raps. My, what a tangled web we weave. This is what he had to say.
It's been in the media like controversy, like you helped her write her songs. Is that true?
No, and I'm glad you asked me that, because there's always people who be like, first, I never, like, I don't know if somebody took something I said or flipped it or switched it. She is far more capable to do her own music.
According to an ET article dated January 2015, it states that one of Safaree's more explosive claims was that he actually co-wrote Nicki's rhymes on all of her tracks. He reportedly said that every time it came to writing raps and doing music, it was her, me, and the beat, he says. She doesn't do it by herself. It's me and her. Don't discredit me on what I've done for you. Samuels says he's only speaking out because of a recent tweet of Nicki's, in which she calls him corny. Nicki's tweet was a response to comedian Lil Duval's own diss about Samuels and Nicki rapping alike. Lil Duval posted this back in January of 2015. He says Safaree and Nicki rap just alike. It just sounds corny coming from a grown-behind man. Which made people question if Safaree was helping Nicki write all those years. He was a part of her camp, and the two were romantically involved. Now he's saying he is outraged by this generation. Like he has never been part of the drama. Out here going against the hand where he got fed. If you don't go somewhere and sit down. Looks like someone has been out of the limelight and wants to be seen. Be careful what you ask for, because Nicki just might give it to you. He comes out taken up for Gucci against the woman he was with for years, and with their business relationship kept him eating good. Now, once again, he wants to come out against Nicki. Not sure he want to play with Nicki. Has he checked her Instagram page lately? He don't want Nicki to post another episode of entertainment to her page featuring Safaree. Then again, he would probably bask in the attention he has not had in a while. Safaree apparently was responding to the latest post on Nicki Minaj's X page where she takes aim at Gucci's wife. Not only does she talk Keyshia, she also goes in on Jay-Z once again, goes at Charlemagne. Nicki posted this on her latest episode of her controversial posting on her X page. She takes aim at Jay-Z once again, goes at Charlemagne, and also goes in on Gucci's wife, Keysia Ka'ior. So once again, Nicki is going in on some people. She is going in on Gucci's wife. And this is what she had to say. She says, Gucci wife has been trying to be me for years, been dying for the spotlight for years. She's there to keep Gucci sedated. Gucci hates Deborah Antony. They don't want Deb around me. She's around me now. These accusations come after a questionable interview Gucci along with his wife did with The Breakfast Club. Some are upset that Keyshia has so much control over Gucci's financial affairs, also over his social media. The Instagram page I noticed is in her name. She has over 7 million followers. Are these her followers or Gucci's followers? Now, Gucci Man and his wife Keysia Ka'ior recently did an interview on The Breakfast Club where she and he let us know that Gucci Man was dealing with mental issues, and she claims she had to kidnap him pretty much to get him to the hospital for treatment. He admitted that he would sometimes hear voices. This is how far gone he was. So I'm thinking maybe he needed to be sedated before he hurt someone or himself. I think it is a good thing that she is there for him. Otherwise, we might have a Wendy Williams situation where you have strangers in charge of your money. At least she is his wife and his friend, and he is allowed to go and come as he pleases. The page has over 7 million followers, which leads me to think, for the most part, these are Gucci's followers. And why is the page in her name and not Gucci's name? Although questionable, there may be a method to her madness. Gucci admitted himself that he has issues and is no longer on social media. Because of this, I am thinking this is Gucci's page, but in his wife's name. Nicki Minaj took aim at Keysia Ka'ior, wife of renowned rapper Gucci Mane, following the couple's appearance on The Breakfast Club. The incident unfolded in the wake of what was initially a promotional interview for Gucci Mane's new memoir, Episodes, where the couple discussed his personal growth and mental health journey. The interview initially garnered positive attention as Keyshia shared intimate details about her role in supporting Gucci's well-being. She described taking an active part in managing his digital presence, including monitoring his social media exposure and stepping in to regulate his online activities when necessary. In monitoring his social media, apparently, he is no longer on social media. Instead, she runs the social media accounts. This revelation resonated with many viewers who saw it as a testament to their strong partnership and mutual support system. However, Nicki Minaj's perspective on the interview sparked significant controversy when she took to X Spaces, drawing thousands of live listeners. Her primary point of contention centered on Keyshia's physical appearance during the interview and her explanation for it. Keysia had attributed her appearance to an allergic reaction, but chose to proceed with the interview anyway. This explanation became a focal point for Minaj's criticism, with the rapper questioning both the necessity of Keyshia's presence and the authenticity of her explanation. She was like, nobody wanted to see Keysia when you think about Gucci as the star and not Keysia. Some may say she came across as his handler, but I will say this, she provided context on their relationship and how she was there for Gucci when he was having a mental meltdown. She was part of getting him in to get medical help, albeit she states she had to kidnap him for him to get the help. She made it so he could not leave the hospital. With Nicki saying she is there to keep Gucci sedated, one can infer that something sinister could be going on. But for the most part, just seems she is a supportive wife that was there for Gucci before they were married and continues to help him through his mental health issues. I mean, he could be like Wendy Williams, where attorneys appoint your guardian. At least Gucci has picked him, and as a result, unlike Wendy, he can come and go as he pleases. Nicki's commentary became increasingly pointed as she suggested that Keyshia's allergy explanation was an excuse for how she appeared on camera. Nicki said that, "You didn't say nothing about no bee sting before that footage came out," implying that the explanation only emerged after public commentary about Keyshia's appearance. She further suggested that the real issue was related to filtering technology not working as intended during the broadcast, stating bluntly that your filter didn't follow you outside that day, and then the liar got to lying. Nicki is hilarious talking about the filter didn't follow her outside. The scope of Minaj's criticism extended well beyond the interview incident itself. She launched into a broader critique of Keyshia's character and public persona, applying labels such as narcissist and suggesting that Keysia harbored insecurities about aging. Particularly notable was Minaj's assertion that Keysia had dishonored Gucci Mane by allegedly making their relationship more about her own narrative than his journey. She emphasized her own approach to aging and public image, stating, "I age gracefully because my light is inside." Nicki knows she needs to stop her mess. I think she is attempting to be the new Queen's Court because she definitely got jokes. According to Nicki, she herself has internal qualities such as grace, peace, love, and truth, rather than external appearances or carefully managed public personas. These are the type of things that make you say, For all of y'all thinking Nicki is having a meltdown, she wants you to know this is not a meltdown. She reposts, "This ain't a meltdown. It's a sacrificial fire alarm. They always send the goddess through the ritual first." So appears Nicki is sacrificing herself for the better good of society. Sounds corny, but appears she felt she did not have a choice because they were coming for her first, is what I am getting from this. Nicki Minaj recently did an episode of Queen Radio, and her son apparently came in to see mommy, and we could not make out what he was saying. Some people have run with this non-verbal accusation about her son once again. To me, it sounded like a normal kid's voice. People are saying he was not talking in complete sentences. Well, guess what? It was not his show. It was Nicki's show. The child is only 5 years old. Can we wait until he is 10 before we want him to prove how smart he is? The memes are insensitive and crazy. So the drama between Barty and the Barbs continue. Appears Nicki may think differently, and she, after all, has been around both of them in the past. I mean, she has been around Gucci ever since they put out the song 5-Star Chick with Trina. Has had a business relationship with Gucci in the past. She may know something the rest of us don't. But from the outside looking in, what is wrong with the wife having access to funds and taking care of the financial, especially for Gucci, who admittedly has issues? It seems to be working out for the both of them. I don't hear Gucci complaining. Now, if they go broke, it may be a different story. But for now, they are thriving and surviving. Although some people say Gucci has been a clone since he came out the jail around 2016, he is now more fit and seems to have better verses, in my opinion. I mean, look at the video he did with Bruno Mars and Kodak Black. Although the meds seem to be interviewing with his creativity, whereas he says he puts out less music, they are probably saving his sanity as well as his life, which are far more important. Also, he may put out less music, but the verses seem better. I will take quality over quantity. But back to the subject at hand. The part where she says that Keysia Ka'ior has been trying to be Nicki. They say that imitation is the best form of flattery. You would think that Nicki would be flattered, but apparently she is not. But people are wondering what Nicki is talking about when she says Keysia has been trying to be her for years. Was Keysia trying to be a rapper like Nicki? I have never seen Keysia rap or sing, so not sure what that is about. I think she did used to get on stage with Nicki and Gucci back in the day. Someone posted a montage of photos that show Nicki and Keyshia in the same fit on multiple occasions. Was Keyshia trying to copy Nicki? Or maybe they had the stylist? You be the judge. It is the yellow outfit for me. Looks like Keyshia has some explaining to do. Or is Nicki talking about Keyshia's face because she was making fun of Keyshia for saying she got stung by a bee? Nicki talking trash on her Queen radio, talking about Keyshia's filters didn't follow her outside. People are thinking she may have a point about the face because Keyshia looked so different on the Breakfast Club interview than she usually looks online. And where was Jess Hilarious for the interview? I noticed she wasn't there, but the new girl was. Whether Keyshia has had plastic surgery, whether she wears a lot of makeup, she is probably only worried about impressing one person, and that is her husband. But of course, we, the viewing public, are gonna talk about it. Nicki also shades Jay-Z once again. She posts a photo of him in a wig dressed in all pink with a Barbie chain on. Of course, it is an AI-generated photo. She has since taken the photo down. However, apparently she also made a video and 50 Cent posted it to his Instagram page. The video has Jay-Z in different fits and even in a bathing suit with a BBL. Just craziness, I tell you, although entertaining. This is why we are over here on her page, for the entertainment and craziness of it all. However, some posts are more serious and allude to alleged illegal activity that could land some people in jail, such as the video Nicki posted of Demori, the daughter of Roc Nation's CEO, Desiree. It shows Demori being Baker acted, where she was taken against her will to a mental institution for evaluation, although she looked perfectly sane. And according to an interview Demori did with Tasha K, there was apparently no legal reason for this to happen, in her opinion. Also, Demori has filed a lawsuit against the Roc Nation CEO Desiree, who is her mother, for this very reason. So Nicki is going hard for justice for Demori, and people are wondering why Nicki is so vested in justice for Demori. Well, looking at her post on her X page, it appears Nicki is doing this because she has issues with Roc Nation and is waiting for their demise. This, judging by her post on her X page. Nicki wants us to know, evidently, that Demori has evidence for her case, and that the case is moving forward. Where does all this animosity come from that she has for Roc Nation, where she is overtly taking on Jay-Z on her X page? By the way, her Instagram page has been deactivated for a couple of days now. She had over 200 million followers on her Instagram page, and she has deactivated it. But we can still catch all the drama on her X page. She did her podcast on X Spaces as well, and now people are coming for her child once again. Now, back to what seems to be her issue with Roc Nation. In reading through her posts, it seems to come from her home being swatted where her child was inside. Not once, not twice, but at least 4 times, according to the post on Nicki Minaj's X page. And it appears weapons were drawn when this happened. This is just crazy, the lengths people will go to get under another person's skin. Nicki wants justice for this, and can you blame her? Somebody could have gotten hurt. And police coming to your home drawing weapons for no reason? Just madness. Nicki reposts the penal code for this crime, which says, Penal Code violations for swatting. Making a false report of an emergency, California Penal Code 148.3. It is a felony to knowingly make a false report of a life-threatening emergency if the emergency response causes great bodily injury or death. In this code, it also says that felony penalties can be up to 6 years in state prison if the child was placed at great risk of bodily harm or unaliving. So Nicki Minaj is letting us know that swatting is a serious offense, and she wants to know why no one was arrested for swatting her home. A Barb posts, Nicki has always been a very strong, vocal, and intelligent woman. She's always fought for what's right. This is the Nicki I fell in love with and have always known. Anyone saying different just doesn't know her. Nicki responds, they bout to find out. I guess Nicki is saying they are about to mess around and find out. Seems like Nicki has been on a rampage on her X page against Roc Nation for a while now. Does not appear she is letting up anytime soon. Next, she responds to a fan that seems to be fearful of her safety. Because when you are talking about Roc Nation, baby, it takes guts, especially for an artist. This fan posts, please remember you are seen and heard, Nicki. We are behind you all the way and will not let them do anything to you. And Nicki responds, oh baby, I know they won't do anything to me, lol. My darling, I am the karma for everyone they've done it to before me, lol. Only a fool would fear them. Can't you see how much their desperation is kicking in? Fret not, my darlings. Fret not and know that I am God, says the Lord. She wants people to know that she does not have issues with her record labels. She posts, and to be clear, I have no problems with Republic or Universal. Never have and never will. That's what they want. They won't get that. Nicki wants us to know she paid her taxes and wants justice, she says. Do you know how many millions of dollars I've paid in California state taxes? Could this have happened to Newsom or Lazy's home? Not her, referring to Jay-Z as lazy, she says, in a gated community over and over, with TMZ conveniently getting the news before me? She goes on to say, I warned Wendy that her evil speech against innocent families would lead to her demise. She didn't listen. I don't miss. Charlemagne the Bleach, Desiree Perez, Lazy, if only you could see through my crystal ball what it shows me about your demises are really, really bad. Anyway, and I don't have anything against Newsom. Don't know him to make judgment. I'm using his name here for obvious reasons. To make him aware. No disrespect to him. All right, so it seems like her issue is that her home was swatted and someone has to pay. For all of y'all thinking Nicki is having a meltdown, she wants you to know this is not a meltdown. She reposts, this ain't a meltdown. It's a sacrificial fire alarm. They always send the goddess through the ritual first. So appears Nicki is sacrificing herself for the better good of society. Sounds corny, but appears she felt she did not have a choice because they were coming for her first, is what I am getting from this. Nicki Minaj recently did an episode of Queen Radio, and her son apparently came in to see mommy, and some people have run with this nonverbal accusation about her son once again. To me, it sounded like a normal kid's voice. Nicki's ops are saying he was not talking in complete sentences. Well, guess what? It was not his show, it was Nicki's show. The child is only 5 years old, and people out here making memes about this child. His voice sounded normal from what I heard, and Nicki has posted him riding on a dune buggy, having fun riding alone at their residence. His mom is Nicki Minaj. I think he will be all right. She appears to be a loving mother. Whether you agree with Nicki or not, you have to admit she has balls to stand up against Roc Nations as well as others. some of it is petty, but the swatting, that just takes it a bit far. Not to mention, she claims she is owed millions, and now the unauthorized use of her credit card. Whether she is going too far or what she is saying is justified, I guess we will have to wait and see as far as the legal situations. The rest is just petty and entertaining. And so is this video. It is for entertainment and information purposes only. Everything is allegedly. Thanks for stopping by the page. That's it for this video. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.